In this video, I'm going to show you how you can have collisions that you can't walk off the edge, you can't walk on red tiles, and you're able to walk behind walls that you can't intersect with. So let's go. If you want details on how this was set up, make sure to watch part 1. So first, let's go to our tile map to set up collision. In the Tile Set tab, go ahead and click the Select tab. Now you'll notice we don't have anything related to collision here. So first, on the side, make sure you expand the tile set, add a physics layer. Now you can see physics appears here. We can click on that, physics layer 0. So I'm going to make it so that we cannot step on the red tiles. So we just need to select the red tile for that. We can expand this editor here. And we can add a point. You might be able to see the faint outline on the top face. If you have the snap mode enabled, then if you click there, it should just snap to those corners. There we go. If we want to simply see if that's working, we can go to the top in the debug section, visible collision shapes. So if we run the game now, you can see it looks a little darker around the red part here. And we also still have our code that spawns this in. Let's add a player for this game. So let's click on the top. We can go to Scene, New Scene, Other Node, Character Body 2D. Let's add a sprite for that. Attach a child, sprite 2D. We can just use the Godot icon for the sprite. Let's also add a collision shape. I will again add a child node, which you can just use Control A or whatever keybind you have set up. I'll do collision shape 2D. If you want a more specific one, you can use polygon 2D. For the collision shape on the side, we can select a shape. I'll just use a circle. And let's zoom in here. I switched to the move mode. I'll drag it down here and then back in select mode. I'm using the keybinds here of Q and W. We can expand this out and maybe I'll shift it up a bit. Now let's attach a script to the character body 2D. So you can click attach script. Let's keep that name for the script, and it's going to default you with a lot of code. We can remove a lot of this. Let's set the speed to be at 30. We're not going to be jumping or use gravity here, so we can remove that. And let's remove everything except move and slide. So we'll just use arrow keys for this. So for that, we can say the direction is equal to input.getVector. Here's a trick. We can get all of the arrow keys with one line. We just have to say UI left, UI right, UI up, and UI down. Now to check if they're actually pressing anything, we can just say if direction. If they're pressing something, this is true. If they're not pressing anything, it's false. So if they are pressing something, let's set our velocity. So that's a built-in property for the character body 2D. So we can say self.velocity equals direction times speed. So if we're pressing a key, we want to start moving, but if we're not pressing any, so that's the else case, we don't want our player to move, so we'll set our velocity to be 0. The reason this complains, it's because velocity is a vector, and we have to set it to be a vector, so a trick, we can say vector2.0. The reason it works up here is direction is a vector, and you can multiply a vector times an integer. It'll just do that element-wise. And move and slide is a built-in that will actually update our position correctly. Let's save this. Now go to our main scene that we set up last time, and we can add in the player, put it inside the tile map. We want to change a few settings for our player, so let's enter that scene. And on the side, let's enable Y sorting. Change the Z index. That'll make it actually show up on the same level as the white tile. We want this to be 1 because that matches the Z index of the white tiles. And we also want to change our scale. Let's make this 0.2. Save that. Go back to the main scene. It's looking a little small. That's what we want. So let's move him to actually be on the green here. Run the game. So I can move around, and you can see I collide with the red here. Now one of the current problems you'll notice, I can just walk off the grid. How could we fix that? One way, we could just say, well, I'll make a corner green tile, which has a collision, blocks from going off here. And I'll have a side tile as well, which blocks collision here, and do that for every block. That might work, but that's going to be really annoying. So a trick we can use invisible boundaries. So inside of our tile set, I will add a new tile below here that is invisible. So first, let's enter the tile map scene, select it, go to tile set. Inside of the tile set tab, let's go to setup, and add this blank spot here. Now remember, we shifted everything up last time, so we have to do that here as well. Inside select this blank one. Make the rendering section be -8 for the Y. Then let's zoom in the editor. Select the 4 corners. Just for demonstration purposes, let's go ahead and make it so we're using the red tile as the outline first, and then we'll just easily swap it to this one. So open the script that we attached to our tile map last time, and we'll still have this code here. We don't need to fill in this green part, so what we can do, we can just move this to a separate function. There we go, now when we run the game, that's not going to run. But we do want to add in that border. Let's think about this. How do we know where to place a border? Any block that does not have a tile adjacent to it. So let's add a function. Let's call this place boundaries. Since we want to check the 4 spots adjacent to us, let's add a variable to hold those. So this will be offsets. So this will be an array of vector 2i. So the spot above us is 0, -1, and we can just fill in the rest here. We'll have 0, 1, 1, 0, and -1, 0. Now to get all of the cells that are currently being used, there is a built-in function for that. Save this to a variable. Used is equal to get used cells, who would have thought? And using a variable that we set up last time, we have our layers. So we can just say layers dot level 0. That's the floor. So this gives us all of the positions that are used. We can say for spot in used, then we can look at all of these offsets. We can say for offset in offsets. Let's save our current spot. Our current spot is just whatever spot we're checking that was used, plus the offset. So equals a spot plus offset. To check if the spot is empty, we can say if get cell source ID. So this is a layer 0 is what we care about. So layers.level 0. The coordinates is whatever current spot we're checking. And we don't care about proxies, so we can leave that out. So if this is equal to -1, then that means this spot is empty. If it's empty, let's place in that red tile. So our red tile has atlas coordinates 1, 0. Let's make this a variable. We can just duplicate what we had before. And we can call this boundary atlas pause. And this is a 1, 0 for this red spot here. So if the cell source ID is -1, it's empty. So let's replace it with a boundary. So we can set cell on level 0. So layers on level 0. The coordinates is the current spot that we're checking. The source ID is main source. And the atlas coordinates is the boundary atlas pause that we just set up. And we don't care about the alternative tile. So now let's call this function inside of ready and try it out. There we go, you can see it placed in a boundary that we can't walk outside of. And this looks even better if we make those invisible like I mentioned. So again, because we already set up making this tile have a collision on the top, this empty spot, let's just switch to this coordinate, which is 0, 1. I'll just change the atlas to be 0, 1. There we go. To get the full effect, let's turn off the visible collision shapes. This is how it would actually look to players playing your game. There we go. Looks like I'm just totally trapped here. Now you'll notice we currently walk on the walls, so let's fix that. So let's open the tile map again, tile set tab. Make sure you're in the select tab. I will select the white tile. This one will be our walls. I will expand this. We want to go into this knowing that the wall is always going to be on level 1, so 1 block above the green. Set it up as if the collision is actually on this bottom part here. So the faint shape here is on top, and we only want to use the bottom corner of that. The others we will draw in like this. And we can go to the tile map tab, and I'll just place in one of these here. Make sure you're in the select mode, and to make sure you're on level 1 as well. Back inside main, let's maybe move our player to be a little bit not on top of the wall. Now if we move around, you can see I can't go past this wall, but I can wrap around it like that. You wanted your player to not just pop out of nowhere, then you would expand the collision shape. You can see I can't walk up either, That's what we want. That about covers it for how you can do collision on your boundaries and walls in the middle. If you have questions, you can ask below or join the Discord. Other than that, thanks for watching.